I'm an early bird and I'm a night owl, so I'm wise and I have worms.
What are you talking about? You look totally cool, like a real chick.
I look like the Korean Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly was cool.
May he rest in peace, but Buddy Holly was not an attractive man.
I'm not a garbage man! I'm a muffin man!
It's the Al Travis Show, and one of our favorite parts of the week. We've got Life with Katie. Katie, how are you doing today?
Hey, Al, I'm hanging in there. How about you?
A very interesting day. I golfed yesterday, and there are times... Oh, it was very windy, up to 30-mile-an-hour winds. Not good for a bad golfer to play in the wind because it's hard enough game anyway. But what's that?
A good thing it was you then. I imagine that you're a very good golfer.
No, not really. I'm okay golfer. I can hang with them, but in the wind it was weird. So I get a ways into this game, and I'm like, why are we doing this? It was so frustrating. And then, as golf will do, the last 5 or 6 holes, couldn't make a mistake. I got done golfing thinking, one more round like this and I'll declare pro. I was just all that. I have no doubt. I have no idea. If you look at my score, you say that's pretty average, Al. Yeah, but you didn't see my last 6 holes, people. Right. Golf's weird that way.
So they call you Al McElroy? Should I start calling you? A
lot of that stuff going on. Did you happen to watch the Masters? Do that?
Didn't, and I actually don't mind watching golf, but no, I did not watch it. I have a girlfriend, Anne Marie, who watches it religiously. And in past years, I've watched some of it with her, but not this year. I did not.
It ranked right up there. Some of the great Tiger Woods Masters, when he was doing crazy stuff. It was a roller coaster. It was so much fun. It was a great weekend to watch golf. And then those comparisons come up. You got to lead, then you choke it away, and then you got to fight. Yeah, there's some comparisons there. I had a friend. She was on the show, Senator Housley, Senator Carnhouse.
She's such a good friend. I have to look up her name.
I'm 60 now. Not everything is sharp like it once was. She was on, and she was talking about the end of the McElroy thing. And maybe I want to ask you if it works for you, because I think it's a chick thing. Oh. So we're getting done, and the crying McElroy, you must have seen the pictures. He falls, and he cries, and he whines all the way up. And it was heartfelt. I'm not ripping him. I think he made millions of dollars.
It's heartfelt, and I'm ripping him.
Well, he's going to make millions off that. Roy ruined his reputation for a while when he had the 3 and he wanted the 4 and he was getting kind of whiny, babyish 11 years ago. There's a little polish came off. Well, then he does that crying thing, and I think the sponsorships are going to pour out. I think, he's the nicest kid. But she brings up that Rory is filed for divorce with his wife 6-8 months ago, whatever it was.
But then they got back together, didn't they?
A month later, he pulls it back. So she said she was watching the whole interchange where he runs up, gets a hug by the kid, and the kiss by the wife, and she was all in there like, was that a real kiss or was it not a real kiss? What did it mean? And I don't know if you were watching. Did you see any of that?
No, but I remembered. I thought to myself, I feel like he and his wife split up and then got back together. I wonder what she's thinking about this, and if she's sitting there counting what half of her take down the Masters is.
See, that's right. She was going to be thrilled.
Her bottom line is,
no matter what, she was going to be thrilled. If they're still getting divorced, I got to put a kiss on his face. Got it. Cameras, kiss. I just made $2.4 million. You're going to be happy. I saw no downside to it. I couldn't see anything, but she was watching for that. With my wife, I would use this. That's what I think is a chick thing. I wasn't even thinking that really? Divorce thing. I hadn't even. Okay, he looked divorced. He's back. I let it roll. I'm just looking for golf's sake. But she was watching for this thing. It's like my wife with football, and God love her. She'll sit and watch the Vikings with me. I don't think she cares about football. But when you start saying, Smith, he's been with us his whole career. I hope he can stay another year. He's got a lovely wife and family. All of a sudden, my wife is, I like that guy. Did he get the tag? You're shaking your head. Do you need that emotional attachment in a sport to watch it?
You know what? Sports is like the original, what is it? It's like the original TLC. So.
Okay, it's fair enough.
Or the original Kardashians. It's like, people love knowing the backstory of what these guys have gone through. And it's the kind of thing where, like on American Idol, nobody gives a crap if you've had a really nice life and your family loves you, your kids love you, your parents were nice.
You'll never win.
Great. And oh my God, I also have an incredible voice. Oh, who cares?
See,
Man,
that is
my
so.
life has been a train wreck, and my voice is marginal. Oh my gosh, that's a great story.
See, my wife watches that American Idol. My wife watches that thing, so I'm in the room. Nothing drives me crazier than when they keep going down and the 5-minute vignettes keep getting worse. They're digging around looking, and there's a year in 2016 where we didn't have a whole lot of money. Oh, they were poor. It drives me nuts. I don't want to hear it. If you're the best singer, sing me something I like.
Right.
I have no time for it. So I'm like the anti-emotional guy, but it obviously works. It's out there everywhere.
People love that. Unless it's Adrian Peterson and you find out he takes kids around with a switch.
Switch, yeah.
That's
See,
bad.
wow, Katie, you brought that home quick. That was you're absolutely correct. So what sports will you watch? Do you do the Vikings if it's on?
Oh,
Do you have it?
I love watching football.
Oh,
I love it. I love
okay.
it. I love it. You know what? I'll sit and watch like if we're at my mom's. My mom loves baseball. For her birthday present, her 90th birthday was on Friday.
Oh,
My
congrats.
sister and I went halves on the whatever package you need now for watching
The Twins. Yeah.
the Twins, because she'll watch Twins every single day. I could not tell you 2 people that play on the Twins team right now. But I would sit and watch it. What will I actively search for on TV? Football.
Yeah.
What will I sit and watch if everybody wants to? I also watch baseball.
What's basketball do for you? You had the March Madness, which drives people crazy, and now we're into the playoffs. Any of basketball do anything for you?
I like that. I was a basketball cheerleader in high school. Remember?
Oh, we all remember Katie in her outfit. Yes, we do.
Yeah. So I like basketball. Would I search for? Ooh, the Timberwolves are on tonight. I'm gonna catch the game. No, because it's just not on my radar.
All right.
If I was over at somebody's house and they said, "Hey, the Wolves are on. Do you want to watch?" Sure, I'll watch it.
Sure.
It's just
Well,
not.
you got
It's
some chicken
like
wings.
a take or leave it, I guess.
All right, that's fair enough. Is there you brought up the Housewives or the American Idol? What is your jam? What is it if Katie says, "Thank God the girls didn't call. I don't have to go out to some band I don't care about. I get to spend some time at home for myself." What's your go-to? What do you do?
You know what? I was sick over the weekend and and didn't feel that good last week either. And I jammed a White Lotus. That was very good.
Okay. So you'll find something to binge watch on TV. That's what you do.
Yep. The fellow and I are currently
The young fella.
watching Suits. And
okay.
this season of Reacher, we have a couple episodes left.
Wow, that's a lot of get-together time. I like that, Katie. That's a lot of binge watch. All right, I want to go to break. When I come back, I want to talk about Katie's socks. We'll talk about them coming up next on the Al Travis Show.
There are many ways to explore Alexandria. Some like to experience the outdoors and all the fun winter in Minnesota can provide. Pick your favorite way to get in touch with nature. Others like to explore downtown in the warm comfort of a boutique or gathered around a table with friends. You can do all of that or relax and do nothing at all. Come explore Alexandria. Start planning at explorealex.com.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try something different. Put out the perfect barbecue flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. Add it to your ribs, dip the meatballs, or drench your wings in the original flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. It isn't too hot or spicy, fruity or smoky or whatever. Grandpa's Barbecue. Available in select stores and online at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
you kidding me?
You know that comment you said to the radio? The thing that we got wrong?
Clearly, Brussels sprouts are the worst vegetable.
Call us and let the world know your thoughts. 855-257-7469. That's 855-ALS-SHOW.
All right, it's Life with Katie, and if you ever want to join us on the YouTube or Facebook at Al Travis Show, and you can see Katie making faces during the commercial break. What's going on? You're just like, oh, wow, you're smiling like something's going on. What's going on, Katie?
You know what? During the commercial break, I started to laugh because I thought I need to say Adrian Peterson allegedly. Allegedly.
That's good call. I missed it as well.
Right?
Yes, allegedly. Yes,
That
but
was all allegedly.
See, it was so funny because that's like one of the only jerseys I've ever owned. It's a million years old, Barry Hanks. It's the Adrian Peterson jersey. And now it's like this jersey of shame if I put it on. I'm like, I didn't do it. I just wear it because it's purple and gold. Okay, I want to ask you about your socks. So you probably won't believe this, but as my wife and I get together and we're going to get married and we go through the process of growing together, we have difference of opinions. Things happen. One of it was with socks. Two things. One is when we got married, I had just 3 rules: Heinz ketchup, Charmin bath tissues, because let's be honest, it's the best, and then all the non-allergenic all dish soap for your clothes, because I itch like anything else, and I just itch like nobody's business. So those are my 3 gotta haves. Is that fair? Did you have gotta haves when you got married? Anything that was like, this is a must?
Oh, yeah, probably did. I wonder what they would have been.
Well, when you think about it, so here's one of the things that I do evidently that is weird, but I thoroughly think I can win an argument in court on it. So you take your socks off and you pull them off, and they're inside out. My wife, when we first why don't you flip them back around when you put them in the laundry chute? And I don't know that I've ever thought about it, but of course, me being me, come up with a fine excuse. Well, the dirty part's the inside. I want that cleaned hardest. And now I've hung with that for 30 years. I don't know if there's any science behind it. Do you think much about, do you undo your inside out socks before or after the wash?
Who cares if they're inside out or not in the wash? That's
That's
the dumbest thing I would worry about, I think, to date that I've heard. What I do remember though,
glad I brought it up,
is my ex-husband had his socks were longer, right? Big, they were a little bit tall. And if they're all crumpled up in a ball, it was like, you know what? I don't want to take your gnarly, dirty sock and unroll them so that they can get clean in the laundry. You can take your dirty sock and do this to it and throw it in, but who cares if they're inside out or not?
Well, you got to do it at some point.
And then my socks come out of the laundry all the time inside out, and then I right side them and then put them together. I don't
even right side them until I put them on.
I have time to worry about something like that. What?
I don't even right side them until I put them on. They go in the drawer inside out. What do I care if my drawer doesn't know? And then when I pull them out, okay, then I got to do it. Yeah. But it goes to undie garments as well. Wouldn't you want that inside out going through the wash? Because that's the dirty part. The inside's the dirty part.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is okay. Fair. See, I think I could win that argument. But these are the kind of things that you kind of live and grow on, and you have to figure out how to do it. I would use, it's going to go too far because somebody's going to ask who when I go downtown. Just because my wife has friends and they're married doesn't mean he and I are going to be buds.
True.
Yeah, but that's things you have to negotiate through, bob and weave in any long-term relationship. Were you made to be friends with any of your husband's friends' wives? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And how'd you mind? Did you mind them? They were fine. You got lucky, or was it?
I think I got lucky. Well, it's like I'm trying to think who they were, because we're not friends anymore, but not because we got divorced, but more because I think before that even happened, as couples, we had kind of drifted apart, but I'm still Facebook friends with them because I'm seeing that people's kids are getting engaged, and I'm you know, commenting, yay, that kind of stuff. But they were nice.
Something deep like that, you put an emoji on, just really heartfelt. That's what you do.
Congratulations.
Is that enough? By the way,
don't spend a whole bunch of money on the wedding because there's a 60% chance they won't be together 10 years from now. If you need the divorce care number, let me know. I can hook them up.
That's so wrong. But you're not going with the game here. So when it happened, all right, did your husband say that to any of your friends' husbands that just didn't click? Because I know two, I will never name them on the air. Two of them, they were fine people. They're great. But we did not click as guy to guy. And it wasn't like, hey, you want to join me, Bob, golfing? I would think it'd be the worst 4 hours golfing of all time. Bob was a fake name, by the way. Just trying to get my point. Did he express any of that?
Yeah, I think there were people he was like, nah. And it was just okay. And I think of now people dating, and the fellow has been out with me and my friends, which includes some guy friends.
And he came back again. Nice. I've met your friends.
They've said hello, how are you? They don't. I mean, it's not like they're trying to build some lasting.
Well, no, but you got to get along. Now, you met some of his friends, I presume, that he hung with before Katie, BK, before Katie. You met some of them, and they're perfectly normal. They treat you well.
I have only met one of his.
What is he hiding? Holy, you got to get into. You need to delve into this, hon. Sorry.
And it's a female, and
whoa, red light, bing, 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 bing.
I met her and a guy she was going out with, and she was very nice. She's nice.
Boy, you're a made for TV program just starting to happen. We got to start writing this stuff down. You got to go meet his buddies. You have to. You will know more about a guy by his friends than anything else. The people that he hangs with and calls friends.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
Would you not agree? I mean, you don't choose your family. He could have the psychoest family of all time. That's not his fault. You got it born into that bad boy. This is Psychoville. Got it. The people he chooses to hang with says a lot about it. And I would say the same thing for you. And I wonder what he thinks of your friends. I'm not ripping him, but that's who you choose.
Well, right. It's like my dad used to say, birds of a feather flock together. So it's like, and because he would be, saying something about one of my high school friends that, and I'm like, well, yeah, she does that, but I don't. And he'd go, birds of a feather flock together, everybody, And
I always say to my sons, you're only as good as the worst guy in your group. Because that's who you'll be judged by. You'll go out to the bar, do whatever, and that guy acts like a raging lunatic. Guess what? You hang with raging lunatics. That's just how people look at it. I have always said that.
Yeah, that's an interesting point and really true. Wow, that was very insightful, Al.
Every now and again I hit on something. I tell my wife this. If I talk enough, and I do, point I'm going to do something correct. You just watch. It's like could a monkey
finds a squirrel, or even a blind squirrel finds a nut. That's what it is.
What if you have if a monkey types long enough, at some point he'll do, War and Peace or something. It's like that.
All right.
Katie, I love having you on the program. Let's get you back next week. Fair enough?
Okie doke.
It's Life with Katie on the Al Travis Show.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you